so what are carboxylic acids? These are organic compounds that are characterized by having a carboxyl group. Right, there we go, carboxyl group, which has the formula carbon double bonded to oxygen, which is bonded also to an oxygen and hydrogen, or more commonly written as Cu. So if you see Cu in organic compounds, you should know this is most likely an organic compound in which we are talking about carboxylic acids. Right. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about the carboxyl group and also work on a few examples of carboxylic acids. The first type of carboxylic acid that you get is actually on the screen over here, and that is known as methanoic acid. There we go. Now, why is this known as methanoic acid? Well, meth tells you there's one carbon, and tells you single bonds between the carbons if there were more carbon atoms over there, and oic acid tells you it's carboxylic acid, so there already you know the names of carboxylic acids must end in oic acid. Okay, so let's look at examples of that. Okay, something to add to your summary sheet at this point, right? Let's go over that. Something to add to your organic chemistry summary sheet. And the only reason I'm not bringing up the summary sheet is because I've sort of lost mine, and I hope you haven't lost yours, is that when we deal with carboxylic acids, the functional group is the following. So let me just put over here the homologous series. We are dealing with carboxylic acids. Right, carboxylic acids. The functional group of the carboxylic acids is the following. Is going to be the double bond O bonded to H as such, or Cu, also written as such, right? And then finally the name, the suffix, in other words, what's appended to the end of a name. If we are dealing with the carboxylic acids, the name would end in oic acid, and that's something you can just add to your summary sheet. Homologous series, when we talk about the carboxylic acids, they usually have a functional group of Cu, C, carbon, double bonded to oxygen, which is bonded to hydrogen. Okay, Cu. The suffix name ends in oic acid, right? Okay, so let's give this a go, and let's look at a few different examples of carboxylic acids, and let's just go into a little bit more detail with the carboxyl group. Right, the carboxyl functional group. The carboxyl functional group. That's an F over there, F for Freddy. Well, the carboxyl functional group contains both the carbonyl group as well as the hydroxyl group. And together the two make up what we call the carboxyl functional group. The carbonyl group, as you remember, was the carbon double bonded to oxygen, right? And the hydroxyl functional group was the carbon bonded to oxygen, which was bonded to hydrogen. Okay, when we put the two together, we get something that looks like this. So I'm just going to put that there. That plus that gives me carbon double bonded to oxygen, bonded to oxygen, bonded to hydrogen, and what we see over there is known as the carbonyl functional group, right? Okay, so that's your basic intro, and we've also looked at methanoic acid, the first example of a carboxylic acid. In the next video, we're going to look at a few more.